All right, let's get this thing started here.
Yeah, let's go.
Hold on, I gotta shut this off. All right, welcome to the channel. Let's get this thing started. Technically, it's not 9 p.m. Central Time, so I'll wait a few more minutes to get people coming in here. Welcome to the beginning of the live stream. Big brain welcome. So let's talk about what's going on in crypto. I did make it, just a heads up before you really get started here. I made a new Telegram group. If you guys want to join the free Telegram group, you can join it in the description on TikTok and YouTube. So feel free to do that. It is a free Telegram group. And my trading group, that's the one that costs money, but the Telegram group is free. If you want to join the trading group, that is where I give all my trade setups. But let's look and see what's going on here in the crypto world. Right now, Bitcoin is, whoa, this is really zoomed in. I'm actually still long on Bitcoin, a very small position, but I'm still long on the price of Bitcoin, and I see us continuing to the upside here. I'm just going to make sure that we have everything that we need. My bot actually did rebuy, right? My bot bought the other day on Thursday, and I'm still in that trade. It's kind of been up, and then it came down, and now it's trying to go back up again. So we'll see what happens, but I'm still in that trade. The take profit level is right now $112,650 some dollars. So that is the only position that I'm in as we speak. Welcome to the beginning of the live stream here. Let's go over here and look at the fear and greed index. Right now, the fear and greed index is currently coming in. Just wait. It's currently coming in at the price of 30, or at the number of 37. We're still in fear now. So yesterday we were at 30. Last week we were in extreme fear at 23. And last month we were just in fear at 44. So I think anything above 50 is neutral. Anything below 49 and lower is fear, and then I think anything below 25 is extreme fear. So that's currently where we stand right now on that. I would like us to either get the balance. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if we saw even more extreme fear, but I think a lot of the weak hands are probably out of the market. So I'm okay if Bitcoin does go up here. 23. The number 23 is a pretty good area to buy more crypto. That's not financial advice. I've just seen this from experience. Anytime you really get close to 10, it's a pretty good time to accumulate more crypto. That's just something that I personally do. I would have liked to see that come even lower, though, like, below in the teens, but that didn't happen. So I personally didn't buy more crypto. I think we're getting close to the end of the cycle, but I'm saying in general, it's usually not a bad time. Let's go over here and look at Bookmap right now. Bookmap is suggesting that Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, this on the left is a monthly time frame. We still have a lot of liquidity up here on Bitcoin at $125,000. You have some liquidity right here at 120. You have a pretty good chunk at 115, and then to the downside, you still have a lot at 100,000. We are closer to about the 115 level, so I still think Bitcoin is going to get that bounce to $115,000. Bookmap suggests there's more liquidity at 115 than below us. I mean, there's liquidity at 100,000, but right now we're closer to 115, so that is usually where we go. We usually go to where there is the closest liquidity and the most liquidity, which is currently sitting on the monthly time frame at $115,000. Welcome to the beginning of the live stream, guys. And then if you come over here to the daily time frame, the daily also suggests that we get a bounce to $115,000. And below us, we have some liquidity at 105, but we are closer to 115, which makes me believe, and in the past, 90% of the time, I would say you go to wherever there is the closest liquidity, and that would be around $115,000. Remember, guys, we're live on YouTube and on TikTok. I actually probably should do a sound check on YouTube really quickly, and then we can get started. So. Okay, I'm just making sure the sound is working. So right now, Bitcoin's coming in at $111,100. I drew this flag. It's a falling wedge. I didn't draw the bottom of it, but I see that you were in the flag. You came out and then you went back in, and I see this as a falling wedge. The measure move would be 113,000 almost 112.9. So I'm still under the assumption as long as Bitcoin holds this level here at $109,300, the bottom wick there, that there's no reason why we won't continue to the target of about 113. And then from there, maybe make another flag to get up to that 115 target on Bookmap. But for right now, I see Bitcoin continuing higher, possibly to about $113,000. If we jump to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the 4-hour time frame is overbought. But, I still see a flag, a falling wedge with a measure move of about $113,000. By the way, guys, if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below and I'll look at them. I also want to mention, for whoever's rewatching the YouTube live stream later, that I am a top trader now. Not top trader, but I'm a lead copy trader on Blowfin. So if you want to follow me or copy trade me, you can go over to the Blowfin copy trader and search my name and then copy trade me. But I thought that was pretty cool. I got approved to do that today. So we'll see how that goes. So far, I've done one trade and it went well. So, yeah. So right now for Bitcoin, though, going back to Bitcoin, I see it probably on the 10-minute. I will say the volume looks low, and also it's the weekend now. So just be careful. But I still see Bitcoin continuing to about $113,000 out of this flag. So I don't see why we can't over the weekend go slowly up. And worst comes to worst, we probably go sideways. I don't really see a big dump coming for Bitcoin over the weekend, but anything is possible with Bookmap and the chart suggesting we go up. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we do go sideways, though, because the 4-hour time frame is overbought. But with more liquidity being above us on Bookmap, I still don't see Bitcoin really dumping. So we'll see what happens. Again, this is not the most beautiful flag by any means, but I still see Bitcoin getting a bounce to the upside here over the course of the weekend. Like the smaller time frames look kind of choppy to me. So really, I would this is not financial advice, but this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to stay in this trade. If I were you, I would put my stop at 109.3, take profit at 113, and kind of leave it for the day. Now, if you're just entering now, to me, you kind of miss your trade opportunity to long Bitcoin. But we'll see. And then if we go over the daily time frame, the higher time frames, like the daily time frame right now for Bitcoin, it's getting overbought, right? But the 2-day looks bullish to me. The 3-day looks bullish to me. The 4 and 5-day look bullish to me. Like these are ready to get a bounce to the upside. So I still think for Bitcoin into later October and early November, we are going to see a nice bounce to the upside. And it could start right now with a move to about 113. So we'll see what happens. Now, obviously, you have to have both situations on the table. Could this be a rising wedge that dumps? Well, yes, it could be. But so far, it's not dumping. So we'll see what happens. I gave you the bull scenario where this is a falling wedge to 113, and then here's a bearish scenario. This is a rising wedge. With a measure move of 109. I'm just thinking it's most likely that we pump because of Bookmap suggesting we have more liquidity to the upside. So that is technically your bearish scenario, but I don't see it happening. I think the most likely scenario is we go sideways through the weekend or we pump through the weekend. The dump seems less likely to me. I appreciate it if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. I do appreciate it. So that's kind of what we got going on. Thank you, Timothy, for the follow. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. So if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I will look at it. So those are the two scenarios. I think the most likely scenario is that we continue our bounce up higher, but we will see what happens. Like I said, my buy is still in a long. That's another reason to believe that we continue higher here to at least 113,000. So yeah, that's kind of my Bitcoin update. There's a few coins that I wouldn't mind looking at. APR would be one. I'm going to turn this off really quickly. So, not turn it off. I'm going to get it off the screen so it can clear the chart up a little bit. So, right now, this is a newer coin that just came out onto a lot of exchanges. It's called APR. I don't know much about it. Although I know that it made me money this weekend, so I'm pretty happy with that. It did make me a lot, or this week, I should say. It's not the weekend. So, it's very volatile, right? I was trading this entire way it went up. And then since then, I don't think I've taken any trades since I hit the top of the channel. And now this could be a bear flag for APR. So again, I'm not touching this right now. but it's something to have on your radar in case it wants to continue higher again. Right now, it does look more bearish than bullish. And again, I could short this, but I'm not going to. I'm just showing you new coins in the market that could be hot and to watch. So this is a coin that's on my watch list for right now. I can't be bullish on it. You're below the 200-day moving average on the 10-minute time frame, and you're in a bear flag. So and you're making lower highs and lower lows. So at this point, I'm not touching this coin, but I was trading it yesterday and made some money on it, and then ever since it dumped, I don't think I took any trades on it since then. I can tell you right now if I just look at this though. Yeah, so the last time I traded it was right here. I followed my buy. I bought right here and then I sold right here, and I sold basically the exact top. And since then, I have not entered another position. It's something to watch again, but I personally am not in any trades on it. It's something to watch, but that's about it. What's gold doing? Well, gold's kind of meandering down. I could see gold on the higher time frames probably getting a pullback. And I drew something like this, like a falling wedge here back to 3,500. That's just something I'm predicting. 5-day time frame is curving down on the stock RSI. So I'm just going through the top things that I noticed this week in the markets. Thank you for the likes on TikTok. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you for the follow as well. And we can definitely go look at crypto.com. Let's go do that right now, actually. Yeah, let me go do that right now. And I do. Let's go look at crypto.com. Is it okay if I use the Coinbase chart? So on the daily time frame, crypto.com has fallen off a cliff. Holy crap. So it was at 38 cents. Now you're at 25 cents. Oh my word. Yeah, I mean, to me, I wouldn't consider this a breakout because you're still kind of in this downward channel, and the stock RSI is about to make a lower high, which suggests to me the downtrend is going to continue for a little while longer, maybe another week minimum. So I gotta say, I don't really love what I see on Crow right now. I would say also 23 cents is going to act as resistance. Let's jump down to the 12-hour time frame. 12-hour time frame getting overbought, lower high, below the 200, no good. 4-hour below the 200. 1-hour time frame trying to break back above the 200-day moving average. 30-minute time frame right now on Crow is above the 200, and the 15-minute time frame is above the 200. So I guess right now, and that's about to make a higher low. So I say the smaller time frames look good to me. I would say if you really, I don't know what you're doing with this. If this is a macro if this is a long-term trade, a short-term analysis, what you want for me. But for me, as long as you stay above on the 50-minute time frame, above 14, well, I'll call it 14 cents. It looks okay to me. But in general, thank you for the follow. In general, this looks, I would stay away from it because the higher time frames look like you're just going to roll over. The pump could go up another few percent, but in general, I see more downside. You also had a wick down to about 9.5 cents. Usually whenever I see a crazy wick like that happen, you might meander around sideways for a little bit, but usually that does mean that you're going to go and fill that wick. So if we had a retest of about 9.5 cents on crypto.com in the next week or two or even month, it really wouldn't surprise me. We could get like a double bottom down there. So I gotta say, I would be looking for a continuation down, like on the higher time frames, and I'll just try to draw out what could happen in the future, right? But maybe we make a rounded bottom like this. But in general, right now, I'll leave this drawing here. I'm not bullish on it, and it doesn't look good to me. That's crypto.com in a nutshell. Like, I would, not financial advice, unless you're scalping. If you're scalping, that's one thing. But in general, I would not be touching this. I would not be touching this right now. It looks pretty ugly to me. And I kind of will leave it at that. Thank you for the request, though. You bought at 7 and sold at 35. 7 cents and you sold at 35 cents. Well, you did pretty good then. You did really well, actually. Still have 60% position. Well, you should have sold it all, but obviously you can never know. Overall, you did pretty well with that 40%. You know, I don't know what you want to do because I'm telling you right now, if we got a move down 40% lower, it still looks possible on the table. But maybe that doesn't happen. But if it's that, I would say this: if it's a house money, I would just leave it in and see what happens. If it's your own money, still, I mean, I would consider getting the rest out. Like the 4-hour time frame is about to make a lower high, so not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I would do. If it's a house's money, I would leave it in. If it's not the house's money, I would probably bail on the trade, especially if you're still profitable overall on the overall trade, which you should be if you got in at 7 cents. Yeah. Anyways, that's my update on Crow. It doesn't look great to me on the higher time frames. So, but it's a house money. I mean, if you're willing to have it go down to 9 cents over the next month, but not worried about it, then I would kind of leave it in. Because it does say maybe it goes down to 9 cents, but at some point you could have a retest of 45 cents if Bitcoin gets another new all-time high. If I'll say this, if Bitcoin does not get another new all-time high, I'm pretty, you know what I mean, it's unlikely that crypto.com is going to get a move higher to 45 cents. If Bitcoin makes a new high to 130,000 or higher, then you could easily, in my opinion, see a move to 45 cents. One more thing I can do for you is check out crypto.com compared to Bitcoin. Let's see how it's performing against Bitcoin. And right now you can see it's getting annihilated against Bitcoin. It's below the 200-day moving average. And it kind of looks like the last chart I just looked at. But yeah, it doesn't look great. I don't know. And I don't know, this chart's hard to read because there's like letters on it. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, it doesn't look good to me short term. I could see a retest of 9 cents coming. Okay, Zcash was another coin that I'm trading a little bit here and there. It's been pretty hot compared to the rest of the market. Like if I zoom onto the 4-hour time frame, I see it in a ascending triangle with a measure move of about 487. So I think if you give Zcash time, it's gonna actually outperform Bitcoin. And it has been outperforming Bitcoin. The daily time frame looks very bullish to Zcash to me. And if you compare Zcash to Bitcoin, it's crushing Bitcoin. It's just crushing Bitcoin. It's crushing whatever Bitcoin has done this year. So just like Zcash, the coin, Zcash compared to Bitcoin looks just as bullish, which suggests to me that Zcash will continue to outperform Bitcoin. It seems very likely. I do think it's server of measure move here from like right here. But Zcash to me is going to continue to outperform Bitcoin. And right now it's sitting at 24. It's just Zcash goes up to about 4.5. So almost a double from here. So it suggests Zcash in the next month, I would say, it's going to double up against Bitcoin. So that's just something to watch out for. Usually if it's going to outperform Bitcoin, or it looks like it's going to outperform Bitcoin, it's a pretty good asset to hold. That's not financial advice. I'm just telling you, man, what I've seen. So Zcash to me right now, I'm not in the trade on it, but I have been trading it. And there's no position right now. I did sell Zcash earlier today at about 260. What did I sell it at? I sold it at 268, I think. I sold Zcash at $258 today, I think. I think so. And I bought it today at, I don't know. I made some money on it today. It wasn't a crazy huge position, but I did make money on it. I don't remember the exact price I sold. I feel like it was 266. I really can't tell you for sure though. But anyways, Zcash has been doing pretty good. I could look at my phone and check, but in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. I made some money on it today, and now Zcash could be consolidating nicely here for a ascending triangle for a continuation higher. And Zcash to me looks like it just might not be done yet. So, the rest of the market's kind of iffy. Bitcoin looks somewhat bullish, but it doesn't look great. Zcash right now looks like it could flag out on the 1 hour to 316. 1 hour is overbought, so just be cautious. But you're above the 200 moving average, so it looks somewhat interesting for a continuation higher. Zcash. Thank you for the likes on TikTok. I do appreciate it. If you guys have any other requests, let me know. Again, I'm long on Bitcoin right now, and I'll leave it at that. I think the most likely situation, if we hold 1093, that we get a move to 113, and that's just kind of what I see going on. So, if you guys, that's kind of my update. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up unless I see more requests. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll be back live. I went live tonight instead of tomorrow because I'm going to be occupied tomorrow with fall activities after work. But I'll be back live on my normal live stream on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Time. So I hope I see you guys all there. If I have to change that time as well, which I don't plan on right now, but if I have to change it, I will let you guys know my Telegram. That's why I suggest people go join my Telegram. Link to join is on TikTok and YouTube bios. But that being said, guys, Wrapping up on Bitcoin, I see Bitcoin continuing higher here to about 113. To me, that seems like the most likely scenario. Bookmap has more liquidity above us, and the charts uh, look bullish to me as well. I'll leave it at that. That's all I got. Have a great night. The trends are fair until the end. Right now, the trend on Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, technically you're below the 200, so you could say it's to the downside. But if I look at the smaller time frames, I would be looking for Bitcoin to continue higher, and I think the trend on like the 1 hour is to the upside. I took a long on the 10-minute, and we're above the 200-day moving average. So to me, the trend on the smaller time frames is up. I'm going to call for a move higher on Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin gets above the 4-hour 200 at 114, we'll be really bullish. So that's my update. I won't be surprised if we go sideways for the weekend and then Monday or Tuesday we hit 113. But sooner than later, I think it's most likely that we get a move to 113 before we get a move below 109. So that's my update. I'm long on Bitcoin, and I'll see you guys next week for our next live stream. Until then, trade safe. Have a great night. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios. Enjoy the World Series, by the way. And also, I do want to say one more time that I do, if you want to copy trade me on Blowfin, you can search my username and CryptoAngel3330, and you can copy all of my trades on Blowfin. See you guys in the next one. I'm going to watch